You will to make a phone call with Moms. Okay, so what I was going to tell you is when I first started working up here, it was around 2000, and I had an uncle that lived here in the town, and other than him, I knew nobody. But when my dad was working, Dad worked for the company that's now Equifax. He was a credit investigator, so he worked the area, the region around. Well, so I started finding out once I got up here, as I met people, they would know my dad. Well, my dad, he wasn't real well in those days, and so it thrilled me to hear stories about Dad from folks that he had worked with up here. But at that same time, one of the people I met was Jeremy Williams. Jeremy's mother is Linda. Linda was Bergen Hall's daughter. Okay, so Jeremy and I, we talked a lot, and he's fantastic, and he's a great help to the museum. But we had probably known each other for a couple of years, and one day we were talking, and he said something about Bergen. And I said, I thought that can't be that familiar a name. And I said, do you mean Bergen Hall? And he said, yeah, did you know Bergen Hall? I said, are you kidding? I hear my daddy talk about that man all the time. He said, that's my granddad. I could have hugged that man right there. I'm serious. It was such a wonderful connection to Jeremy, who I loved, and hello, and Bergen, who I'd always heard about, and good people that Daddy had worked with. It was just so special to get to meet them. Bergen was gone by then, but I got to meet the next best thing. And his mother had worked at the clinic down in Cumberland, and I loved her. She was so good to my mom and Daddy. But Daddy had no clue that the nurse that was being so good to them was Bergen Hall's daughter. So, but anyway, special. That was my connection.
You say Nathan Hall. Say Nathan Hall. Say, this is for Nathan Hall.
Oh, this is for Nathan Hall.
He's the doctor.
He's